once again. My name is Greg Young, coming to you live one more time from Davenport, Florida. And this morning, with my morning live wake up motivation, is I just want to talk to you about a topic is when something goes wrong in your life, just let it autopilot. And what I mean by that, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't let it stress you out. Just keep moving forward. Because if you sit back and worry about something going wrong in your life and you're sitting back and you're worrying about it, then there's no way that you can figure out a way to create change to make the situation better. So what you have to do is just sit back and don't worry about it and just know that in due time and in a due season that God is going to turn that situation around. Because a lot of times when things go wrong in our life, we allow ourselves to worry about it so much that it gets us down and it causes us to lose our confidence within ourselves, lose our self-confidence, our self-perseverance, and all those different things that is going on in our life because of the situation that is happening. And now we lose our faith, we lose our confidence, we lose all hope. And then we start to just sit around and just worry about this situation. But you cannot, when you're worried about something, then you cannot think about a way to create change in it. So that's why I say when something goes wrong in your life, just let it autopilot. And what I mean by autopilot, just let nature take its course. Because sooner or later, if you just let it run and run and run, sooner or later, you're going to come to a solution that's going to fix whatever went wrong in your life. But if you're sitting there worried about it, then you can't fix what's wrong because your mind is set on worrying about what went bad and why did it go bad and what happened or whatever. Just let it autopilot. Just let it keep running and running, and sooner or later, like I said, nature's going to take its course and then it's going to run out, and then you're going to get to the point to where you can do what you need to do and you will be able to do the things necessary that you need to do to fix that problem. But if you're worried about a problem, you cannot become the solution to the problem. When you're worried about a problem and something going wrong in your life, you're just creating a bigger problem because you're not finding a solution. You're sitting there worried about how you're going to get out of this situation, how you're going to fix this particular situation, but not once are you thinking about the things that you need to do because you're worrying. And like I said, the Bible says pray over everything and worry over nothing. And that's what we should do because we have to realize that life is a journey. There's ups and downs and there's things that's going to go wrong in your life, but you just have to let it autopilot. Just let it take its course and run out on its own and don't worry about it, because when you're sitting back and you're worried about a particular situation or you're worried about something, then now you cannot figure out a solution to the problem. You create more of a problem by you worrying about it. And you create less of a problem by you not worrying about it and knowing and trusting and knowing and believing and trusting that God is going to fix this situation, whatever it is that's wrong in your life. That's why you should just let it autopilot. When something goes wrong, just let it autopilot. Just let it run out and let nature take its course. Because if you don't, then you're going to find yourself sitting back and worried about all these different particular things that's going on in your life that you cannot create a change for. So you shouldn't be worried. You should just know that, hey, I trust God. I believe God. I know God is going to work this situation out. Because, just like I'll give you an example. Say, for instance, if you go into work today and they say, well, you know what? We got to cut back on hours and we're going to have to let you go. So if they say they got to cut back on hours and they're going to have to let you go, don't worry about that situation. Because if you sit up there and worry about how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to get past this here, if you only have one source of income, then you're going to set up and worry about what's going on in your life, but you're not going to be able to find a solution to the problem that's going on in your life because you're worried about it. Now, on the other hand, if you're not worried about it and then you just say, okay, you know what? I understand now. I got to go out and look for another job. The minute that job lets you go out and you start looking for another job, and then you believe and you know deep down in your heart by using a visualization inside your subconscious mind way of thinking that you already have another job, that everything is all right. And then that's when God will start to move in your life, and then he will bring forth another job into your life. But God cannot work inside you and work miracles in your life if you're setting up worried about the situation that you're in. And that's the reason why I say when something goes wrong in your life, just let it autopilot. Because when you let it autopilot, then you allow for nature to take its course. And now you're not worried about it. You're not stressed out. You're not stressing yourself out. You're not waking up stressed every day, worried about this situation. You're just letting it autopilot, and you know that God is going to take care of this situation. God is going to fix this situation because you have no worry. And when you have no worry, you have no stress. And that's the way you should be in life. When things go wrong in your life, you cannot allow them to allow you to worry about them, to allow you to worry about, what this particular thing what's about to happen in my life. What is this going to happen? You gotta trust and believe and know that God is a way maker, and he will make a way out of no way. When it seems like you have no way out, all you got to do is just don't worry and put your trust in God. And whatever that situation is in your life that went wrong, if you're allowing it to autopilot and let it run and let nature run its course, it will eventually work itself out. But if you're sitting up worried about it and you're worried about, man, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I don't know how I'm going to get out this situation. Don't worry about it. Drop down on your knees and start praying over it. And don't worry about it. And then just know once you drop down on your knees and you prayed over this situation, just know that God is going to intervene in the situation, and God is going to make the situation better in your life. But if you're setting up worried about it, then you're just adding more fuel to the fire and creating more of a problem that is not really there. You got to be able to have the courage to trust and believe that no matter what situation you are in, that God can bring you out of it. But if you don't have that faith when something goes wrong in your life, and you don't have that faith to let it autopilot and let nature run its course and run it out, and you're sitting up worried about it, you're not doing nothing but stressing yourself out. So what you need to do is just step back and don't worry about it, and know that nature's going to take its course. Because a lot of people, they live a stressed out life, because every time something goes wrong in their life, they worry about it, they stress themselves out about it, they shut themselves down, they don't want to talk to nobody about it, because they just feel like this is the end of the world and there's no way out. But I'm here to tell you, there is no situation that can go wrong in your life that is so bad that God cannot fix it. You have to trust and believe and know that no matter what you go through, God can make a way out of no way. When it seems like there's no way out, trust God and believe in God, and God will show you that there is a way out. But don't sit up there and worry about it, because when you sit up there and worry about it, you don't do nothing but stress yourself out. You just create a bigger problem than what it is. So now you have to allow yourself to be steadfast and unmovable, and trust and believe that whatever this situation is that has went wrong in your life, and you're letting it autopilot, that in due time, God is going to fix that problem. But if you don't trust and believe in God that he's going to fix that problem, then you're just going to set up and worry about it. And that's what I'm saying to you this morning in my Morning Live Wake Up Motivation, is that when something goes wrong in your life, don't worry about it. Just keep on moving and doing your life the same way you have before. Don't let that worry stop your beat. Just keep on moving with your life and doing what you have to do as if there's nothing went wrong. Just put it on autopilot, forget about it, and just know that in due time, God is going to fix whatever that problem was that went wrong in your life. because you cannot allow yourself to lose your self-confidence, to lose your self-esteem, to lose your willpower to keep moving on strong. You got to be strong. You got to be steadfast and unmovable in order to keep moving in life, because we have to realize that nothing is perfect. We don't live in a perfect world. So by knowing that we don't live in a perfect world, we got to be prepared for things to go wrong. And if we're prepared for things to go wrong, then it doesn't bother us when things go wrong. So that's what I'm saying to you. When something goes wrong in your life, when something goes wrong, just let it autopilot. Because if you let it autopilot, then nature's going to take its course, and then it's going to eventually get to the point to where it all works out. But if you allow that situation to define you and who you are as a person, then you're not going to be able to get to the next level in life to where you want to be. And that's what you have to realize, is that we all gonna have trials and tribulations in our life. Life is never gonna be smooth all the way and problem free. There's gonna be problems in your life. There's gonna be times when things go wrong, but we just have to be strong enough to trust and believe and know that in due season that God is gonna work it out for our good. But we cannot trust and believe that God is gonna work it out for our good if we're sitting up there worried about it. Because when you're worried about something, you can't solve nothing. So you just have to step back and let God take care of it. When something goes wrong in your life, let it autopilot. Just let nature take its course, and it will eventually fix itself. But if you sit up there and you're worried about it, you're never going to get to the level of where you want to be in life. Because when obstacles happen in your life, you got to be strong enough to know that I'm going to get through this. No matter what it looks like, no matter how bad it is, the God that I serve is going to get me through this. And if you trust and believe that God is going to see you through this when something goes wrong in your life, and you let it autopilot and let nature take its course and keep trusting and believing in God, and don't let it stress you out, no matter how bad the situation is, there's always some good in every bad situation when something goes wrong. So you have to find the good in it, and then don't let it bother you. Because when you allow certain things that go wrong in your life to stress you out to the point to where you don't want to keep moving forward in your life, then you have accepted defeat. You have gave up in believing and trusting that God cannot fix whatever problem you're going through. So you have to be steadfast and unmovable to trust and believe that no matter what the situation looks like, there's a brighter light at the end of the tunnel. No matter what it is, you may be sick and you may not be feeling well or whatever, but just know that God is going to fix your problem. You may be going through stress. You may be going through anxiety. You may be going through mental problems or whatever the situation is, but you have to know and you have to trust and believe. Good morning, Rick. Thanks for stopping by. You have to know and trust and believe that God is going to heal whatever's wrong in your life. But if you don't have the faith, you're not going to be able to trust and believe. That's going to allow what's going wrong in your life to stress you out. And now you have no faith. So now you're going to just sit up and worry about a situation that God has already fixed. Did you hear what I said? You're going to sit up and worry about a situation that God has already fixed. Because what are the promises of God? Yes and amen. Yes, you can have it. Amen, it's already done. But you've got to believe in God and trust in God enough to know that when something goes wrong in your life, just let it autopilot. Don't let it bother you. Because when you let things that go wrong in your life bother you, then they tend to stop you from moving forward. They tend to change your mind process, way of thinking, to believe that you can do more, that you can have more. Just because of something going wrong in your life doesn't define you as a failure. Just because you failed in something that you tried to do in life doesn't mean you're a failure. Just treat it as a learning experience and let it autopilot. Because everybody in life is taught a lesson through the trials and tribulations that they go through in life, through the obstacles that they're able to overcome. But they cannot overcome those obstacles if they don't trust God enough to believe that He's going to fix whatever problem that went wrong in their life, and they're going to let it autopilot and let nature take its course. And that's what we have to do, because a lot of people don't get to where they want to be in life is because they have one bad thing go wrong in life and they give up on trying to create a second strand of income, all because something went wrong. But you have to realize when you set out on a journey to create change in your lifestyle, things are going to go wrong. They're not going to go right. You know, my thing is when I first started out and made a decision to become an action taker and create a second strand of income on top of what I was previously doing, I failed in a lot of things. But guess what? I knew that those were just learning experiences because I knew that God had a purpose for my life. And I knew the purpose that He had for my life was not to just work a 9 to 5 and make somebody else rich and build somebody else's wealth. I knew that God had a purpose for my life to impact change and to create change in other people's life. But I knew if I didn't get past the struggles and the ups and downs that I was going through, I would never be able to create that change in people's life. So guess what? I weathered the storm. I went through all the ups and downs. And when things went wrong in my life, I just let them autopilot because I knew that the God that I served was going to work it out for my good. And I knew that. So that's why I did not worry about when things went wrong in my life. And that's what I'm saying to you this morning in my morning life wake up motivation is that when things go wrong in your life, just let them autopilot. Don't worry about the situation at hand because a lot of times we cannot change certain situations in life. Things happen beyond our control, but they don't define who we are. All because it happened beyond our control, it doesn't mean that we cannot take control back. I'll say that again. All because things happen beyond our control, it doesn't mean that we cannot take control back. When something happens beyond your control and you couldn't do nothing to stop it, don't worry about it. Just let it autopilot. Because if you let it autopilot, then you will allow yourself to let nature take its course. But if you sit back when something goes wrong and you sit back and you worry, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this day, man. I just feel so bad and I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. You cannot do that because you are creating more fuel to the fire. You are creating a bigger problem than the worry that you have or whatever it is that went wrong because you're setting up and you're allowing it to stress you out and stop you from moving forward to your next destination in life. And you got to be able to move forward to your next destination in life and not worry about what's going on. Because when you set up and you worry about what's going on, you're not going to get to the next level in life where you need to be. That's just the bottom line. And I'm just going to be honest with you. And if you don't believe me, that's just the way it is. It's life. You know, we all live in this life, in this world, and nobody has a perfect world. This is not a perfect world that we live in. There's a lot of things that goes on in this world that we have to deal with. There's a lot of things that's going to happen in this world that's going to set us back. But we cannot allow the things that happen in this world hold us back from moving forward to the next destination in life because we have to know how to deal with whatever situation that we face in life, whatever obstacle that we have to overcome and not worry about it and just let it autopilot and let nature take its course. And sooner or later, God will take care of it. God will provide a way for you to make God can provide a way to make a way out of no way. All you got to do is trust and believe in him. You know, like I said, the Bible said if you have a faith of the grain of a mustard seed, you can move that mountain. That's when you have to have that faith of that grain of that mustard seed when something goes wrong in your life to be able to let it autopilot. Because if you are not able to let problems autopilot in your life when they happen, bad things that happen in your life, setbacks, whatever moments you go through in life, sad moments, unhappy moments, stressful moments, all those things, you cannot allow those things to get the best of you. You got to know that the God that we serve is bigger than any problem on this earth. And he can heal any problem on this earth. And he is the solution to any problem on this earth. But we just got to be enough to have the faith to trust and believe that he can. But if we sit back and worry about when we have a problem, that means we have no faith. I'll say that again. If we sit back and worry when we have a problem, that means we have no faith. So don't let the problems in life that you go through, when something goes wrong, stop you from moving forward to the next destination in life to where you want to be. Because you have to realize that this life and on this earth, nothing is going to go right. There's going to be times when things go wrong. There's going to be times when certain situations happen in your life that's going to challenge you. But those challenges should make you stronger, not weak. I'll say that again. Those challenges should make you stronger, not weak. And you should be able to trust and believe that God is going to fix whatever went wrong in your life. But you cannot trust and believe that God is going to fix whatever went wrong in your life if you don't have faith. I'll say that again. You cannot trust and believe that God is going to fix whatever went wrong in your life if you don't have faith. You got to be able to have faith in what it is that you want out of life, what it is you want to accomplish out of life. And you got to be able to trust and believe and know that God is going to deliver whatever it is you want. But you cannot trust and believe that God is going to deliver whatever it is you want, and he's going to fix whatever wrong that you have going on in your life if you have no faith. So remember that. Trust and believe that when something goes wrong in your life, you got to have faith. You got to trust and believe that God is going to fix this situation no matter what it is. And that's what you have to do. Because when something goes wrong in your life, let it autopilot. Now, this morning, you know, I have a call to action, and it is my new product, which is called Skin Tech. And I'm just going to show you a quick video of it and what it's all about and, you know, how it works and all that. So just give me a moment to get it set up here, and we'll move forward from there. Just give me 1 second here. Okie dokie. So okay, 1 moment here. Get it set up here. Hold on 1 second.
sampled my mechanic before he did the work on my car. He only had to wash his hands one time.
It makes your hands soft. You don't have to use lotion anymore. It's up to 4 hours to
Biomechanical Invisible.
This is SkinTech, a broad spectrum protective in foam form. It is literally an invisible glove on our skin. It helps eliminate viruses, bacteria, and even spores on contact. What's really fascinating about it is that it can also protect your skin from corrosive substances such as acid-based insolvent. In fact, you know what? We're going to show you exactly in this video how it protects your hand against chloride acid, an acid that would normally burn. We waited 5 minutes for it to completely dry. And now we're applying acid
I don't know what's
chloride.
happening to my video. It's playing something different.
We use the screws to show that there's an actual chemical reaction that takes place. And as you can see,
totally
it doesn't really affect the hand. And we get a 4-hour protection against acid chemicals, bacteria, viruses, no matter what. This is just amazing, right? This is by far the best sanitizing product in the world.
But there you have it. You get a brief idea of what it is. I do apologize for my video. I don't know what happened and why it continued to run like that. But like I said, with the SkinTech, you can get a 50 millimeter bottle, and with regular use, it will last you up until 1 month. Now, and you can also get a 150 millimeter bottle, and with regular use, it will last you up until 3 months for $50. The 50 millimeter bottle is $25. The 150 millimeter bottle is $50. But like I said, it's a product that protects your hands from up to 4 hours after hand wash. So click the link below at thismakesense.com if you're interested in pre-ordering that product. And another thing, for all you entrepreneur-minded people out there, you know, if you're interested in becoming a distributor, click the link below at thismakesense.com, and I will get that information over to you to how you can become a distributor of this awesome product. Now, this product is not sold in stores. You know, it was just launched on the market. It's in pre-order right now. But like I said, 4 hours after hand wash, that's awesome. For all you entrepreneur-minded people, you want to make some extra money, ground level product, not sold in stores, $1 million product. That's all I can say. But once again, I just like to thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my Morning Life Wake Up Motivation this morning. And do me a favor, like, comment, and share on this video, because I know that there's somebody around the world this morning that needs to hear this message. When something goes wrong, just let it autopilot and don't worry about it. Because if you worry about it, you're going to stress yourself out. And you don't need to be stressing yourself out. You know, you shouldn't be living a stressed life. You should be living a blessed life. I'm just saying, you know, because when you stress, it just creates worry. It creates health problems. And you don't need that in your life. So just know when something goes wrong in your life, just let it autopilot and trust and believe that God is going to work it out for your good. Now, I just want to say thank each and every one of you all for stopping by. If you're going to work this morning and you're going out on the highway, drive safe. Once you get to work, work safe. And whatever you're doing today, if you're working from home or whatever you're doing, do it in a safe manner to keep yourself protected and the others around you. God loves you, and so do I. And have a blessed day, and goodbye.